going to begin the first passage of our oral passage reading. This is a story about Dee and Floppy. When I say begin, start reading aloud on the top of the page. Read across the page. Try to read each word. If you come to a word that you don't know, I'll tell it to you. Be sure to do your best reading, okay?
Okay.
All right. Ready? Begin.
Dee had a little dog whose name was Floppy. Floppy had long ears and a very round body, and she was Dee's best friend in the whole world. That is why Dee was sad the night Floppy left. She called and called for Floppy, but it was no use. It was very strange that the dog was gone. Every night Floppy slept in her bed. She just had to find her little friend. The next day, Dee got help from her friends. Everybody searched high and low, calling Floppy's name everywhere they went. They looked under benches, under cars, and in the woods near the park by the lake. Floppy was not in any of her favorite places. Dee was getting worried about her. She decided to put up signs of pictures of Floppy. The signs described the dog and explained where to bring her if she was found. Meanwhile, everyone kept looking while the sun got lower and lower. By evening, Floppy was still missing and everybody had to stop. Dee did not feel hungry at dinner. She was sitting and thinking about Floppy when she heard a noise through the window.
Stop. Okay. So, step here. All right. So. Oops. Okay. All right. Great job. Take that. All right. So we're going to move on to the second passage. This one is called Apples. When I say be sure to do your best reading. Ready? Begin.
My class went on a field trip to an apple farm. It was a fundraiser, which meant we would earn money by picking apples. The money we earned would go to a family. They had lost everything when their house caught fire. The family could use the money to buy new clothes and furniture. My class wanted to earn $500 for their family. A school bus took my class to the farm. A worker gave us each a basket. Each basket we filled full of apples, we would get $5. To reach our goal, we would need to fill 100 baskets. We walked out towards the rows of apple trees. As we got close, we realized the apples were high. Some boys decided to climb trees, and they acted just like crazy monkeys. My best friend stood on my shoulders to reach the apples. It was hard, but we laughed because everyone looked silly. Our baskets quickly filled up with apples. I heard a noise and turned around to see what it was. A tractor drove toward us, pulling a wagon full of hay. Instead of walking back...
Stop. Okay. Good work. Move on to the third one. This is a story about Mark. Be sure to do your best reading. Ready? Begin.
Mark was going camping with his family. He wanted to go fishing, but first he had to help set up the campsite. There's a lot to do to get the camp ready. Setting up the tent and starting the fire are most difficult. His father told him it would go much faster if everyone helped. Mark was disappointed, but he kept quiet and helped. Anyway, after the campsite was ready, he knew he could go fishing. Getting the tent set up seemed to take forever. The poles were heavy, and Mark quickly became tired. He had to lay out the sleeping bags, which were like thick blankets that zipped up the side. Laying out the bags inside the tent made him exhausted. He rested for a moment and then headed for lunch. Next, Mark had to help his mother prepare the food. No fire was needed, so that saved time, and the sandwiches and sodas tasted delicious. He ate quickly, thinking of all the fish that he would catch for dinner. His family sure took a long time eating their lunch.
We stop. Okay. All right. Awesome job. Very few errors. Most of the time just leaving out some words. Good work. All right, thank you.